Hello, children. Welcome back. Let us begin our day with the thought for the day. Today's thought is there is no friend as loyal as a book. A book will always teach you the good things. The book will always make you understand the difference between good and bad, and it will always guide you on the right path of the life. And so does a friend. A good friend will always tell you how to behave, how to be always a good person. Now, our next poem, that is chapter number 14, is related to books. So, please turn to page number 31, chapter number 14, My Books. Shall we begin? That's good. Now, let me ask you something. Do you take good care of your books? The answer is, of course, yes. You all take good care of your books, and the books that you have, you consider them as your own, isn't it? When we read a book, we learn about many characters, we even read about different places and different virtues. Many times we think that along with the character in the books, we are also traveling to different places. So now let us see how we can go to different places and meet different people in the book. Let us begin. I love my books. They are the homes of queens and fairies and knights and gnomes. Each time I read, I make a call on some quaint person, large or small, who welcomes me with a hearty hand and leads me through his wonderland. Each book is like a city street along whose winding way I meet new friends and old who laugh and sing and take me off adventuring. The poet has not disclosed his or her name, that is why it is written anonymous. Anonymous, it means the name is not disclosed. Let us recite it once more. I love my books. They are the homes of queens and fairies and knights and gnomes. Each time I read, I make a call on some quaint person, large or small, who welcomes me with a hearty hand and leads me through his wonderland. Each book is like a city street along whose winding way I meet new friends and old who laugh and sing and take me off adventuring. These books are homes of queens, fairies, knights, and gnomes. We all like to read stories about them. That is why it is called as homes of queens, fairies, knights, and gnomes. Well, you know the meaning of queens. Let me help you understand the meaning of knights. In those days, when queens and kings ruled, knights were the people of high social rank, and the speciality was their duty was to fight for their king, and in those days they would ride on a horse. So knight, these are the people of high rank, these are the men of high rank who had a duty to fight for the king. Gnomes, these are imaginary creatures. These don't in reality exist, but these are all characters of our book. These are imaginary creatures. These are small people. It is supposed that they wear a pointed hat and they live inside under the ground. They live under the ground and they have been assigned a special duty. So, what duty do the gnomes perform? They are supposed to guard the buried treasure. We believe we believe that some treasure is hidden under the ground, and this treasure is guarded by gnomes. So when we read various books, we happen to read about these characters. we happen to read the stories of great kings, queens, knights, and we also read about the imaginary creatures who are supposed to perform the duty of guarding the treasure that is hidden underground. Because all these characters make our stories interesting, isn't it? Fairy tales, we always love them to read. We don't know whether these fairies exist or not. Many times these characters are imaginary. The stories of fairies, dragons, but these fairy tales give us a good message. You must have observed that there are always good people in fairy tale and there are some people who are not so good. And in the end, we always see that the bad people who trouble others, they always get some punishment. The bad characters, they trouble others and in the end of the story, they get some punishment. And it is the good people that perform all the things and we realize that if we are good, then good things are going to happen. And this thought we have discussed earlier also. Next stanza. Each time I read, I make a call on some quaint person, large or small, who welcomes me with a hearty hand and leads me through his wonderland. Quaint again is unusual or old-fashioned person who is very attractive. So when we start reading a book, many times we are so engrossed in the book that your mother will call you for taking your breakfast or your lunch, but you will say that let me finish this book, let me read this story, then only I will get up. So these small people, these quaint or you can say unusual or attractive people, they take you to their wonderland. It means you are so engrossed in their stories that you do not wish to get up. That is wonderland. Each book is like a city street along whose winding way I meet new friends and old who laugh and sing and take me off adventuring. Books are also full of stories, stories of adventures, isn't it? So, the books are compared to a city street. City streets can be winding, streets are full of ups and downs. Sometimes there is a tunnel, sometimes there is a bridge. So it means the stories or the books have different twists and turns. The story cannot be plain, otherwise, it won't be interesting. The story becomes interesting by the twists and turns of the stories. And these books are compared to the city street that are winding. And you happen to read about new characters, and sometimes you read the same story again. That is, you meet some old friends, and this all friends you can say, or these all characters, sometimes these are new, that is you are reading about them for the first time. Sometimes some of the stories or books are so favorite, these are your favorite books that you like to read them again and again. That is meeting old friends. So whenever you open a book, the book is like a city street, it will be full of twists and turns, and sometimes you meet new friends and sometimes old, and these all characters will make you laugh and they will take you for adventuring. That is, the story is full of adventures. So different characters you meet, and you also meet about some characters about whom you must have read before. So did you like the poem? I hope you all loved the poem, my books. So recite the poem once again. Meaning is given quaint, unusual or old fashioned and attractive. Let us see what we are going to do. Things to do. Only one word meaning is given. So this you will write in your notebook. Word meaning quaint, unusual or old fashioned and attractive. Now things to do. Read the poem aloud. This you are surely going to do. The K in knights and the G in gnomes are silent. Write at least 10 other examples of silent letter in words. We can discuss this question. Write at least 10 other examples of silent letters in words. So 10 spellings I have written: honest, castle, listen, knife, biscuit, tongue, sign, hole, knock and nod. And a small homework I am going to give you. I have written the word but I have not underlined the alphabet, that is silent. So when you will write question number 2, please write all the 10 words and try to find out which alphabet is silent and you can underline that alphabet. For example, honest, H is silent in the second word. Castle, T is silent. So please find out the silent alphabet in other spellings. Next question. Write in short what the child finds in the book. The child meets queens, fairies, knights and gnomes in the book. The child also meets variety of unusual people who are either new or old friends. And question number 4, I have not written, but you can take this also as homework. Write about your favorite book, any one book and what you find in it. So you can write about any of your favorite book that you have read and you can write in few lines about the character. So today's homework, reading the poem and whatever I have given you, please write that. Along with this lesson, I am also posting the exercises related to chapter 12, Sultan Ghiyasuddin in Qazi's Court. So for today's homework, you will be completing exercises related to chapter, did I say chapter 12? No, it's chapter 13, Sultan Ghiyasuddin in Qazi's Court. So please complete those exercises and then only start with exercises related to chapter 14. So once again I am repeating the homework. Please complete the exercise related to chapter 13. Very simple exercises are there, and then only start with the chapter 14. So I hope you have understood well what you are supposed to do. So this is all for today. Stay safe, stay indoors, take proper safety precautions. Let us meet again in the next week. Stay safe. Thank you.